Hello everyone, hope all is well and welcome back. So today's video was actually inspired by Jamie Page. Yesterday she posted a video titled My Entire Makeup Collection If I Wasn't a Beauty Guru, and that just immediately got my wheels turning. It was really fun to think of an alternate me in another universe, what my collection would look like or like what I would be doing. It's something I actually often think about, like if I wasn't on the internet, what would I be doing? And I honestly can't think of anything. I think I would just be sad. I had a really hard time narrowing down the categories. I think she did 5 products per category, like 5 for complexion, 5 for eyes, 5 for cheek product, and 5 for lips. I definitely cheated. I couldn't do it, especially in the blush and bronzer category. I couldn't do it. So I tried, but I picked out all of my top favorite products of each category, and I'm really excited to share them with you. I feel like this video would be really fun to do once a year just to see how my product taste change and things like that. So before we get into it, I would love for you to subscribe if you aren't already. It would mean so much to me, and let's get to it. Also, last night my stepdad helped me take out my extensions, which felt very lovely. I haven't had them out of my hand for like 6 months, which it's nice to have a break, but I get them put back in Wednesday. So get used to this hair look. This is going to be the look of the week. I'm not mad at it though. I really like this slick back bun. But anyways, let's get into the products. I'm going to start off with my 2 favorite primers. The first one being the Milani Soft Focus Glow. This has got to be my #1 favorite Glotion type product. It's the one I reach for every day. It's the one that works the most with all of my foundations, and it just is so stunning and reliable, and it looks amazing even if I don't feel like wearing foundation. I just don't see myself ever not having this in my collection. So this one was a complete no-brainer for me. I just love it so much. And the second one I would have is, of course, the Glossier Future Dew. I just blab about this all the freaking time on my channel. I just love this stuff. It's very revolutionary to my collection. It's very unique in my opinion. I love how it adds so much glow underneath of your base. I'm wearing it today, and it just gives me like a model off-duty, all-around glow to my skin, and it just makes my skin look even more healthy, even though it's feeling a little bit lackluster or anything. Anytime I put this on, my skin just feels and looks amazing. So I would definitely have this in my collection. It's amazing. Can't get enough of it. Now moving into foundations, I have 2 here that I would definitely have. One of them is for more of a put together look. It's more of a buildable coverage, and that is the Guerlain L'Essentiel. I love this because you can get so many different effects with it. If you want just a very light sheer coat of it, you could, and you can also build it up to a full coverage if you would like. I'm wearing this foundation right now. I've been talking about this foundation for probably over a year on my channel. It forever looks amazing on the skin. My mom loves it, and she has a drier skin type, and I love it, and I have an oilier skin type. I just love the natural glow that it has. It still looks very natural. It never looks cakey. It just makes your skin look a little more corrected and more perfected, and I just really adore this product. It is my favorite foundation of all time, for sure. Hands down. Love it. Can't be without it. And my second foundation I would have is the Nude Sticks Tinted Cover. I love this for a tinted moisturizer. It's just super easy to apply, and it has quite a good amount of coverage if you want to build it up in the areas if you have any breakouts or discoloration or anything like that. It is great, and I love how glowy it is as well. It gives such a healthy skin look. It just amplifies a natural look even more. I just adore this stuff. I don't know, this one was also a no-brainer for me. I adore this stuff so much, and it's one of my go-to everyday products. So I would see myself using this like crazy for the days I need to like go grocery shopping or little tasks like that. This is perfect. So the next category is concealers, and I pulled out 3. One very sheer one medium everyday one, and a full coverage one. So the first one for my most sheer look is this Glossier Stretch Concealer. I use the shade G9, by the way. I just love this one for the days I don't feel like using a base at all. I'll use this in the areas where I want to cover up or correct any discoloration or acne. It just has a very natural skin-like finish to it, and it doesn't look heavy in those areas at all. It has a very little amount of coverage, but it still has enough to fix like dark circles or any blemishes you kind of want to tone down. This was a definite pick for me. And then the second concealer, my everyday concealer, this has got to be my #1 favorite concealer. It is the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer. How many freaking times am I gonna say concealer? We get it. The Flex one. So good. Love this for over a year. I just love the formula. It never looks cakey. It never settles into my fine lines. I don't have to set it with powder if I don't feel like it. It's just kind of like an easy breezy, really reliable concealer that I see myself having in my collection for a very long time. I just adore it. And the last concealer I would have is definitely the Pat McGrath Labs Concealer, just because this has the ultimate amount of coverage, but it still looks nice under the eyes and in areas where you need to correct. It doesn't look cakey, but it has so much coverage. It's amazing. If I had 2 hours of sleep, it'll help my dark circles. If I'm having a major breakout, this is a lifesaver and I just want to correct it. It's just great. I would for sure have this. This is another product I've been mentioning, I feel like too much on my channel, but it's gonna be in here. And for a setting powder, this was a no-brainer. I would have the Milk Makeup Blur and Set. I use the shade Translucent Light. This is the powder I use pretty much every day. It's the one I always reach for. It's in most of my videos. This one I didn't even have to think twice about. I love this one because it cuts the greasy look, but it doesn't take away the natural glow from within type look. It just cuts that greasy look, which I love. And it's great for setting under the eyes. I never get any harsh edges around, or I don't get that raisiny feeling where it just sucks up all of the moisture. It's just a very comfortable translucent powder and I love it very much. So that's it for complexion. Now let's get into brow products. This was also an easy decision. I would just have these two right here. The Brow Wiz from Anastasia Beverly Hills and the M Cosmetics Brow Cream. I've been using this brow pencil for so long, probably upwards of 5 years. Like since this came to Canada, I was using it. So this was just kind of like what I grew up using and I'm just used to it and it's very reliable and I still love it so much. It's kind of like the original brow pencil and I just never strayed away from it. For my brow gel, I love this M Cosmetics one because it does have little fibers in it and it just makes my brows look even more fluffy, which that's always my goal. I do have very fine individual brow hairs and this just amplifies them and makes it look like I have more of them. It's really nice. I love the little applicator. It is so tiny. It's so easy to grab onto each and every one of your brow hairs and define them. And this has a really nice holding power to it as well. It doesn't flake or get weird at all during the day. My eyebrows just stay put when I use these two products. I definitely cheated with concealers and I'm gonna be cheating with bronzers and blushes because those two categories killed me. It was so hard to decide and cut it down. I'm just gonna pretend that the alternate me is dumb and I'm not aware of all the beautiful formulations and products in these two categories to come. We're just gonna say that, okay? I still have 4 bronzers I feel like I would need. I'm gonna start with the powder bronzers. The first one is the Lila B Sun Kissed bronzer. I just love it. It has a little bit of shimmer in here. It just makes you look sun-kissed, which I love. That's my ultimate favorite look. If I can look like I just stepped off of the beach always, like please give it to me. That's my favorite and always makes me feel the best. And I just love how this just looks like a natural tan once it's on the skin. It defines beautifully. It doesn't get patchy or anything. And the sheen in here is beautiful. It just adds like a glow from within type look. So I would for sure have this. This is my #1 favorite powder bronzer ever. The next powder bronzer I would have, which kind of mends with a contour shade, this is the Fenty Beauty In The Sun bronzer. This one is the perfect in-between contour and bronzer shade for me, so it's a great one if I want to feel a little bit more sculpted. I'm such a big fan of this. I'm almost hitting pan. I'm just waiting for the day that I do hit pan. I swear it's gonna be any day here, but definitely project panning this one. I just adore it. I've used this on my channel so much. Now let's get into the cream bronzers. My first one I would have for sure is the Huda Beauty Cream Bronzer. I think this has got to be my #1. It's the one I've been using the most consistently. I adore the formula and I like how she has a wider range of shades as well. This one took over my love for the Milk Makeup baked bronzer, and this one just blends a lot better, and it is a lot more buildable as well, so you can get a multitude of looks depending on your style or what kind of look you're going for that day. I just adore this. I like how it's also a matte formula, so it's quite a bit more long wearing than a lot of cream bronzers I found. Especially if you have an oilier skin type, this is going to be a great one for you since it has that matteness to it, and I really love the tone of it. I use the shade Fair all year round. It matches me at all times of the year, no matter what stage I am, and it's just amazing. I would highly recommend this. It is a really great bronzing formula. This is Huda Beauty's best product in my opinion. It is out of this world beautiful. And lastly, and this one is quite new to my collection, is the Fenty Beauty Cream Bronzer. I've been using this like crazy. I put this one in here because it truly looks like a cream on the skin as well. It is very dewy looking. It has more of a balm texture, and I personally really love that look. I don't know, this one just had to be in here. The formulation is beautiful. I use the shade 03 Macchiato, and it's been treating me real good. I like how it builds up quite slowly, so you can really get a precise application. You don't have to worry about applying way too much and then panicking on taking it down. It's a very easy buildable formula, and it lasts a very long time. So this one quickly ran up into my favorites in the last little bit that I had it. I've had this for around 3 weeks now. Can't get enough. Now let's get into blushes, the other category I cheated with, but I have just 3 formulas, just multiple shades in those formulas. First, for my #1 favorite cream blush formula, the Nudestix Nudies Mattes. I love them. These are my 3 favorite shades if you're curious: Sunset Strip, Sun-Kissed, and Beach Babe. I'm wearing Sun-Kissed today. It just makes it look like you were sun-kissed, so obviously I love that. Sunset Strip is such a flattering shade for my skin tone because it is a natural occurring shade when I accidentally burn my cheeks. This is like the exact same color that I burn to. I personally love that look, so that had to be in here. And Beach Babe is kind of a perfect blend of these 2 shades together. It makes you look very sun-kissed and bronzed, but at the same time it looks like you're about to burn or you have a fading burn. You know, that in-between stage? It's just lovely. They had to be in here. Another cream blush formula that has quickly entered my most favorites, the Tower 28 blushes. These are amazing if you want to look very dewy. They have that very balmy texture, very glossy looking texture on the skin, but they also have an amazing staying power, and they just never fade during the day, and I just adore that. And especially with my oily skin, for these more glossy looking cream blushes, it's quite rare for them to just stay put, but these do, so they had to be in here. And lastly, for my favorite powder blush, this was really hard for me to decide. They are the M Cosmetics Heaven's Glow blushes. I have both of them right here, the Faded Clementine and the Magic Hour blushes. I use these on my channel very often. Faded Clementine is such a unique shade. It has like this really nice orangey, beautiful shade that is very flattering, but at the same time very unique and different from other blushes. And I just love the little tiny pearl these both have. This one has more of a golden pearl, and this one has more of a pink iridescent pearl. And it just amplifies the glow, and it makes it look like a cream on the skin, kind of like that effect, but with it being matte and a little bit more long wearing in that sense if you like powders. And I also love this shade Magic Hour because it's a peachy shade, and I love peach blush. These had to be in here. Love them so much. And now for highlighters, I have 2. I have a liquid one and a powder one. My liquid one would be the Dior Face and Body. This is just immaculate. I love this stuff so much. It gives such a glimmery look and such a beautiful, healthy look without having any chunky glitter. It's very editorial feeling, I feel like. I don't know. It's just beautiful. I feature it on my channel lots, never shut up about it, had to be in it. And my powder highlight would be the Ilia Decades Daylight Highlighting Powder. I quickly fell in love with this because it is literally the powder version of the Dior Face and Body. It has that glimmer to it. It's quite similar to the NARS Fort de France, but this just is more glimmery, if that makes sense. So just a little bit more intense, I guess. It reflects the light just a touch more but I just love this stuff and I've been using it like crazy. This would definitely be my powder highlight in my collection. Now moving on to eyes. I'm gonna first start off with my eyeshadow palette. This was really easy for me to decide, and I would definitely have my Natasha-Nonna Biba palette. I could create any look with this. I'm wearing this on my eyes today. I love the variety of tones in here. I find it to be quite unique for a neutral palette. It makes sense to me. I don't get overwhelmed when I open it up. I like how I get my cool tones, my more pinky tones, and my warm neutrals, as well as a mustard, which I love mustard eyeshadows, especially in the fall. So this is just like an all year round palette. Even now I could get rid of all of my neutral palettes and just have this one and it would be sufficient. I've been raving about it since it came out. Now let's move on to little eye extras, the little finishing touches. I have a single eyeshadow formula. It is the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter eyeshadows. I have two favorite shades here, Smoke and Reflect. Reflect is more of like a pinky goldy shade and Smoke is more of a cool toned silvery shade. Just checks off both marks. I've loved these ever since they came out almost 3 years ago. These have been staples in my collection and I just adore it. They have such a beautiful glitter to them. They're very unique. They're very tiny, they're not chunky, but they reflect the light like nothing else. And then for my eyeliners, I have one per category. My potted eyeliner would for sure be my Melt Cosmetics Gel Matte Eyeliner. I love this stuff, doesn't smudge, super reliable. It is super matte as well, which is something I always look for in liquid liners and things like that. If it's not matte and has that glow, that's out the door. I don't like that look on me. I need it to be matte and this is perfect. And then for a pencil, if I want to do like a smoky eye or run it through my waterline, I would have the Milk Makeup Longwear Gel Eyeliner in the shade Boss. This one is the best for my waterline. It's the one that doesn't smudge on me. It's the one I rely on the most and I've used in so many of my videos. It's the one that pops into my mind first. So this would be my pencil of choice. And lastly, I have a liquid liner pen. And for liquid liners, I'm kind of picky. If it doesn't have a brush tip, I'm not a fan of it. I would go for the NYX Epic Ink Liner. It's just simple and easy and it has everything I need in a liquid liner pen and it's perfect. So I would go for that guy. And lastly, for the eye category, my two mascaras would be the Pat McGrath Fetish Size Mascara and the Glossy Lash Slick. The Pat McGrath mascara is the first mascara to really make me fall out of love with using false eyelashes, because when I wear this, my eyelashes look so amazing. I just don't feel the need to apply lashes. I don't have the most amazing natural lashes. I was not blessed like my brother. He has the most beautiful natural eyelashes. I'm super jealous. What is with men having the most beautiful eyelashes? It's not fair. But anyways, this mascara was the first mascara to make me kind of fall out of love with false lashes, so it had to be in here. It gives so much volume, so much length and volume for days. Seriously, the best mascara in my opinion. And the Glossy Lash Slick is the only one I will use on my lower lash line because it just does not smudge. You can build it up. It's great for the top lashes as well if you want a very natural look, but I like to have a very volumized look on my top lashes since I don't have that many of them. But for the bottom, it's so great. I never get raccoon eyes, no smudging. I just adore this stuff. I use it in every single one of my videos pretty much. And that finishes up the eyes. Now for lips, I have a few formulas here. I pretty much have doubles of each formula. For my favorite lipstick, I would go for the Cosmetics Lip Clouds and these two specific shades, Magic Hour and Morning Mocha. It just checks off my two favorite shades for myself, a more brown toned nude and a more peachy nude. It just checks them off and I love this formula. It's not a liquid lipstick, it's like a liquefied lipstick. It's not kiss proof. It doesn't dry down, it just has a matte effect and I really like that. It doesn't dry out my lips or anything like that. I've been loving these. And my second lipstick formula would be the Glossier Generation G. I'm wearing one right now. I'm wearing the shade Cake with a gloss and a lip liner as well, but I would have the same two type of shades, Cake and Leo. One's a brown tone nude, one's a peachy nude, but these are really nice because once you apply them onto your lips, it makes it look like a My Lips But Better, and I would for sure have these. And then for my gloss, I would pick the Cosmetics Morning Dew Gloss because this one layers beautifully on top of a lot of other lipsticks, whereas the Glossier gloss kind of gets chunky if it gets on top of other ones. I don't know why, but this one is very reliable. It's really nice for layering, or on its own it's absolutely stunning as well. So I would for sure have this gloss in my collection. I'm wearing it right now. I love the pillowy effect that it creates, and I love the way it wears and the scent. It just all around love this gloss very much. And to finish off this video, 2 lip liners, and they're both by MAC. I would have the shade Strip Down or the shade Oak. I'm wearing the shade Strip Down right now with the Glossier Cake and M Cosmetics gloss, but Strip Down is really nice nude. It's quite yellowy brown, so it kind of contours my lips and also is a really flattering shade for my skin tone. I really like it. And Oak is the exact same shade as my natural lip color, so it's great for the days if I just want to wear a clear gloss but I still want to define my lips, make them look a little bit more plump. It's great to overline a little bit with this, and it looks like my natural lip shape. So those are all the products I would have in my collection. I know I cheated a little bit. I couldn't stick to the 5 per category. Maybe if I do this video again, I'll be a little bit more strong, but I just couldn't exclude the other formulas. I couldn't do it. Let me know if you'd like to see this video again in the future, or any other videos you'd like to see from me. It'd be super helpful. But that is all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's video and found it fun. If you did, please give this video a like. It would help me out very much. I will make sure to link all of these products in the description down below as always, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Love you. Bye!